Good afternoon. My name is Troy McLean. I am the faith-based programs manager here at the International African American Museum. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. For the record, could you please state your name, when and where you were born?
My name is Johnnie Johnson. I was born in Summerton, South Carolina.
All right. And when? What year?
1923, November the 11th.
1923.
11th of November.
You've been around a long time.
Long time. I said I'm 21 years old time.
Okay. We'll take that. Well, I hope I get to live to see as long as you live.
Yeah.
So we got a few questions for you. Now, what was it like in Summerton, South Carolina?
We lived on we did sharecropping, live on a plantation. We farmed the land and eat off of what we make on the land. We didn't get our food from the store. We plant the corn, and when it grew up, we go out and pick it with our hand and throw it in the wagon, bring it home, put it in the barn, shell it with our hand and put it, take it to the mill and ground it, and bring it back home, separate the grits from the meal, and we make our own food. We live in a house where you could feed the chicken under the house through the floor. And our light was a soda bottle. We'd pay a nickel and get a gallon of kerosene and pour it in the soda bottle, trim the rim off a hat and stick it in the bottle and light it, and that was our light for the night.
Wow.
And that's how we live.
Wow. So you've had the opportunity to see a lot of transitions from then in terms of technology to now.
Till now, yeah.
What would you say you are most grateful for from what has changed as far as technology from then and to now? What do you like the most out of all the things that you've seen throughout the entirety of your life thus far?
Well, it's so much change because all we had back then is mule to ride on. We didn't have no cars. There was no car back then. If somebody died in the neighborhood, how to get the message around, one person would get on a mule and go to that person's house and tell it. Then the next person would get on a mule and go to the next person's house until they get around in the neighborhood. And that's how the news get out. No telephone, no electric light. So that's how we live.
Times has definitely changed. Now, what would you say was the reason you moved to the Goose Creek area?
My oldest brother was working in the logging woods. And he came down Goose Creek working in the logging woods. And the plantation owner that he was working for, he told him about the family. So they moved us from Summerton down to Goose Creek on the back of a truck. And we moved down in the Meriton Plantation, and we lived down there. And where the missile base is now, we farm all of that place where the missile base is. We lived down there and farmed that place before the government bought it.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, so among all of the stories that you do have, are there any stories that you would say the elders told you about that has impacted your lives today? Your life and the lives of your family?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
I don't even know my grandfather. I don't even know. I never seen her. Never seen my grandmother. So I don't have any stories like that, hardly.
Well, we'll transition. What would you say is your fondest memory from back then? I know you mentioned, sharecropping. I know you mentioned the mule. I know you've mentioned the bottle. I think you said something about trimming a hat.
Yeah.
That terminology is before my time, but
Making a wick to put in the bottle.
yes, sir. What would you say the fondest memory you have of, as they say, the good old days?
Good old days is getting on the back of the wagon and going to town to gin a bale of cotton and get a cinnamon roll for a nickel and a bottle of soda for a nickel and riding on the wagon. That was some good old days for me back then.
Well, they certainly don't cost a nickel no more. Now, I see you got on a fine jacket. What branch in the military did you serve?
Navy.
Navy. How long were you in the Navy?
Only about 2 years. I went in after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
I went over there and I remained right there on the island until D-Day. And when they dropped that atomic bomb, I was at Hawaii. And when they released me, I had a choice to stay in or stay in a reserve, so I choose to come out. So I came out in 1946, went in 1944, come out in 1946.
Well, thank you for your service. What was the reason that you went in the military? Did you have a choice? I know
No choice.
around that time they had drafts and
No choice.
had no choice.
Had to go.
Had to go.
Out of 6 of us, I was the only one that was qualified to go in the Navy.
Now, it was 6 of you.
6 brothers.
6 brothers.
Uh-huh.
You didn't have any sisters.
My youngest was a girl, died at birth.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest was a girl and died at birth. So there were no girls, only boys.
Only boys. Well, it's 7 of us.
Yeah.
So it's 5 boys and 2 girls. So
Yeah.
I know what it's like to come from a big family.
Right.
So I've been to your church quite a few times. I'm very familiar with your family, but I'd like to hear the genesis of starting the church in Goose Creek. How did that happen? Did you see the light? Did you accept the call? Did you run from God? What was that experience like for you to accept the call in ministry and start the church in Goose Creek?
Well, it started on the ship from San Francisco to Honolulu, Hawaii. There was a preacher on that ship, and they give him the microphone, loudspeaker, and he preached from San Francisco to Honolulu every day. And that's how I got started. When we get over there, he started a meeting in one of the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was his first convert. And we had service every night from the time we enter over there until the time we leave. Had service in the barrack, and then we went out in the woods and built what you call a bush hour. And we go out there and have service every night. The mongoose running all around, but we had service.
And you had service on the ship?
Had service on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
What? He just preached over the loudspeaker on the ship.
So everybody could hear him.
Everybody could hear him.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't know him. I just meet him on the ship. And after he get over there, then when he start the service, that's when I get in touch. We get in touch with each other.
Okay. Now, being alive for that long, you had to go through what we now know as what we call Jim Crow.
Quite a bit.
What was that experience like, and how did that shape you into the man that you are today?
Well, When I was in there, we had, the black and the white, they're separate. And we were just on our own, two different groups. But just from seeing what was happening, we all fighting together in a foreign country, fighting for freedom. I thank God for allowing us to see what was going on and realize that we're fighting for the country. We all ought to have the same right. And coming back home, we just start, integrating a little bit at a time. It didn't happen all overnight. But over a period of time, we were separated until Martin Luther King come along. And that's really what break the segregation.
In the 60s, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel? I'm gonna ask you questions that's not on here because I'm curious. How did it make you feel during the time in which Muhammad Ali made his stance in terms of the not going into the military and then transitioning, coming out, and becoming the heavyweight champion of the world? What was that moment like during that time for blacks in that era?
That was great. He took a stand, and he come out on top, and I can appreciate him.
Made you feel pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so is there any advice that you would give to the younger generation, the people that are, we're in a very different time now than we were back then.
A total different time.
There's social media. Have your relatives informed you? Do you know anything about social media? Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Do you know anything about those things?
I don't even have a smartphone.
Wow.
I'm not into technology at all.
So you don't know, I've seen your pictures all over social media and the news and I see you. They got a picture of you behind you of a 12-foot snowman. You guys built at the church when we had a little snow. So all that you have seen, all that you have experienced, all of the grands and great-grands, great-great-great-grands. I don't know how far it goes, but I'm sure it goes really far. What advice would you give my generations and generations to come? The best advice you would say?
The best advice I would say is get connected in a church and do the right thing. That'll take you where nothing. It'll take you where money wouldn't take you.
That's true. The old folks used to say, manners will take you further than anything else.
Right.
Now, did you actually get a chance to play in the snow? I see the snowman. Did they let you play in it? Did you put your feet in it?
Yeah, I've been out there. And before that time, we used to use the snow to make ice cream.
Wow.
We were glad in the early days to have the snow because we'd put flavor in it, and that was some good ice cream. Good ice cream. Yeah.
They wouldn't do that now, though.
No. Too much chemical in the air.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true. Now, another question I had for you, what was it like? Well, how many kids do you have?
We had 11.
11 kids.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in the household with that many, or as they say, churn?
Yeah, it was kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get ready, when I get able, after going out and starting my business and was able to do some building.
That's the business that you was in?
Cement, concrete, brick mason. my company was brick mason and cement finishing. Furthermore, the trowel trade.
Okay.
We did the concrete work in the Charleston place, the Marriott,
Oh, wow.
and the Embassy Suite. We did all the masonry work in those buildings, and hundreds of more around in the area. So in my first little house was 4 room. 4 room. I started to build a house and said I was going to put a garage on it. I didn't have the money to continue it, so I just convert the garage into a part of the house, and we live in a little 4 room. And the part was supposed to be the garage, was one of the rooms we live in. And with all the kids in the house with 1 bathroom, it was something when time to go to school.
I bet it was.
So when the Lord blessed me and I was able to build a house, I built my house, I put 11 bedroom and 11 bathroom. And that's what I got now.
Everybody had their own bathroom.
So everybody got their own bathroom. They wouldn't have to be fighting to get rich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I wish you was around when I was a child. You could came and given me and my siblings our own bathrooms too.
Yeah.
But we made 2 work. We made 2 work. What would you say is your proudest moment? I know you mentioned your fondest memory when you was on the wagon. You were a young boy going to the city. What would you say was your proudest moment? I know you have lots and lots of moments that happen in church with your family. You know, you're reaching the milestone age of 100, now 101. What was your proudest moment, if there is such a thing?
Well, it's so many things.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So many things. Thank God for my family. We lived together. We never had any kind of confusion among the family. Family lived together. Furthermore, we had 1 car when we were coming up.
Wow.
And all 6 of us all used the same car and never had any problem. When we went going out, one will drive the car and put one out to wherever he was going, put the other one out where he was going, and when time to come, we go back and pick him up. So we lived together in harmony, and we never had any family problem. Mm-hmm. That was a good thing.
All right, well, among all the questions I've asked you, we learned a lot about who you are, some about what you've been able to do as far as ministry and your career, your profession, military. Is there anything that I may have missed out on that you want to say, as they say, in your closing?
In my closing, I'll just say, I didn't have the privilege that the young people have now. I only had the opportunity to spend 3 years in the classroom.
Wow.
So sometimes people might try to correct my English, and I said, I ain't never had no English, I just heard you talk. I got it from you. So I had to struggle through life and do the best I could with what I had. I couldn't get professional work, so that's why I went into the labor, laying brick and finishing cement and stuff like that. But with no education, I was able to build my own company. And my son right now, they're carrying it on. So I don't think I did too bad with nothing to work with.
No, we don't think you did bad at all. We think you did all right. Well, on behalf of the museum here, we are humbled that you would accept this interview to have with us to share who you are, what you've done, and as long as you're still here, that purpose still lives. Purpose still yet lives within you. So my final question to you is, what haven't you done yet that you still want to do?
I would have been fishing right now if I wasn't here.
Well,
I love to catch fish and give them to people.
Oh, you don't even keep it; you give it away.
Oh, I eat them. I eat them too, but
Okay.
I catch them and give them away.
Awesome. Well, at least, well, your family is here, so we both know. We now know what I hope y'all gonna do whenever he leaves. The bishop said he will go fishing. Well, Bishop Johnson, thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule to allow us to interview you. I've watched you from afar, and I've actually been to your church quite a few times, and I know some of your relatives.
Right.
So thank you, and continue to do what you have been doing. And you definitely are a beacon of light in the community, not just in the church, but in the community as a whole. And I say thank you again.
And I still work.
You still work?
I build benches
Okay.
and get a little something for them.
Okay. We'll look into see about getting a bench
Okay.
from you here at the museum.
All right.
The question I asked you is, what haven't you done? You've done a whole lot in your life, right? What haven't you done that you still want to do?
I can't even think of anything other than keep on doing what I'm doing.
Ain't nothing
Keep
wrong with
on
that.
working.
Keep on keeping on.
They said to me, why don't you stop and rest? Why don't you sit down? I said, if I sit down, I might never get up. So I'm going to stay up as long as I can. And when I can't get up, then I'll sit down. But as long as I can get up, I'm going to stay up.
Yeah. Now this is just something I've heard. Now I haven't seen it. They say you still ride on the go-karts, or you still on the tractor. They say you
Still the tractor, I still can
mobile.
ride the motorcycle.
They let you ride the motorcycle too?
Yes. Now, I had 3 motorcycles, but my grandson got on and ride around without license and so forth, so I sold mine.
Okay.
But I still ride. My son-in-law got a motorcycle. I still ride his.
They'll let you sneak it around
Yeah, they let me ride it.
here and there.
And the fastest I ever ride one was 110.
Oh my Lord. Well, that'll never be me, Bishop. That ain't my anointing. I'll play it on a video game, and I'll watch other people do it. But no, I've always been scared of those motorcycles.
Yeah.
I've always been scared. Yeah.
Right.
So maybe one day I'll be, I cut grass for one of your relatives.
Oh yeah.
Maybe one day right next to the church.
Oh yeah.
So maybe one day I'll come by and I'll see you on the tractor trailer. Or,
Okay.
or maybe they'll let you ride the motorcycle and I get a chance to see that too.
All right.
Thank you, and let's give it up for Bishop Johnson.